you're sitting on top of the hierarchy. You're the alpha male, for example, and you got all these psychological advantages, control, predictability, outlets, whatever. People groom you, people get out of your way. You can eat whatever you want. You have sex, blah, blah, all of that. So that should be the profile on the average for a nice, unstressed profile. But then the exceptions you see are the guys who are being idiots as high-ranking males, who are being impulsive and insecure. If you're like an alpha male baboon and you're doing things right, you've gone a year without a fight with anyone, because all you have to do is look at somebody and that should settle the whole thing. All you have to do is look as if you're about to get up and settle this matter, and with your teeth, and that takes care of everything. You're getting by on sheer psychological intimidation. And if instead you're one of those rare alphas whose every provocation demands a fight, and you're totally insecure in the position, if you need to use it, you're in the process of losing it. These are the guys who don't last long, and during their alphaship, their physiology is as miserable as the lowest ranking guy in the group, because even though they've got the social circumstances, the social privilege, these socioeconomic status equivalent in baboons of having a relatively low stress life, they have the personalities that don't allow them to benefit from it.
What about, well, I guess the trauma that's built up over time? So if I'm a low ranking male in the baboon, group, and it's been like that for a year, am I locked in? Is my physiology forever going to be like this, even if somehow I advance later on? Or does it change and I become better and okay if I rise up through the ranks somehow?
Great. That's part of what makes the male baboon so interesting. You take all these social primates, and a rule of thumb is one of the sexes spends their whole life in the same troop, and if they have a dominant system, they basically inherit their rank, and it's this really static, stable system. And in contrast, the other sex is the one who gets all antsy at puberty and picks up and leaves their whole troop and joins another troop and fights their way up the hierarchy, and afterward drops down in old age. And it just happens in baboons, it's the males who are the ones who pick up and leave. Among chimps, it's the females who do. So in a baboon troop, the females all have inherited their ranks from their mothers. You see this amazing stuff. Like I remember 25 years ago, in this 1 week it happened, the highest ranking female and one of the lowest ranking ones both gave birth to kids in the same week. And like you see, every developmental landmark was faster on the high-ranking kid because mom had better nutrition from the first moment of pregnancy, all of that. So everything was developing faster. But then you saw when they were about 2 weeks old, the low-ranking kid spots the high-ranking kid. Like for the first time, oh my God, somebody else my size, and sort of wobbles over to say hello. And when this low-ranking kid was about 3 feet away, her mother grabs her by the tail and drags her back. And she had just gotten her first lesson in, this is what your rank is about. You don't go up to somebody like that. The only time you're going to be interacting with them is if they're coming by in a bad mood and you're hoping they don't take it out on you, and you're trying not to make eye contact. And the amazing thing is they're like 20-year-old old ladies now, and they still have the dominance asymmetry they were learning in their first month of life. So with the females, it's exactly the scenario that you say, if you've gotten the lousy luck and you're born into a low-ranking lineage, you're going to be low-ranking your whole life, and you're going to be paying the physiological consequences of that your whole life. Fortunately, as a buffer, at least you're surrounded by your relatives, and that is like a huge social support is the best thing you could do to decrease stress. Meanwhile, you got the males, and they show up in adolescence, and they're jerky little teenagers, and they're getting into fights, and they're slowly learning how to navigate the hierarchy. So you follow these guys as they rise up the hierarchy, and they reach their peak years, and then you see them decline to old age, and the physiology follows the rank changes. So this year's like twerpy, terrorized subordinate, like number 9 of the high-ranking hierarchy gangly kid who's got stress hormones coming out of his ears, you come back 4 years later and he's now like number 3 in the hierarchy and is muscled and in his prime, and he's the one who's terrifying the adolescents now. And then you come back 5 years after that and he's this old man with no teeth anymore who's being like the kids harassing kind of thing. So
Sure.
the male world is much more dynamic, which is what makes it so interesting.